For the first time in a century, this former mayor of Costa Mesa managed to flip a Republican seat on the board. Many see this as a significant victory for Democrats in the region, especially as differences in political opinion seem to be reaching new heights in the area. Supervisor Foley joins us now from Santa Ana. Welcome to Inside the Issues and congratulations on your win.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having us here today. Really thrilled to be here at the county offices, and we got right to work as soon as we got sworn in.
And there is a lot of work to be done. You have said that your first 100 days will really prioritize COVID recovery. What do you see as the most important things to do on that front in your region?
Well, our top priority, of course, is to get more vaccinations and more arms throughout the district. District 2 didn't have a representative since January when the vaccine was starting to be allocated. And so we have a lot of catching up to do. Our team is working really hard to make sure that every city has a community clinic. My first week in office, we stood up the Orange County Fairgrounds and we made sure that we had extended hours so that working families could go and get vaccinated and not have to take time off work and lose money.
Yeah, which is a great move. But as I'm sure you are learning firsthand every day, all of this can be really complicated, especially in the midst of a pandemic. As I understand it, Orange County has contracted with a company called Othina. I think I'm saying their name right. And from what I've been reading in the reporting out there, not all of the residents have been huge fans of this company. There have been some glitches and now some concerns voiced about what is nearly $4 million that is going to this company in a new contract. It's a really complicated situation from what I can gather, but what has this whole set of circumstances really taught you about what it's like to be a county supervisor, and you're dealing with the public and you're dealing with public health departments and you're dealing with these private companies? What's the takeaway?
Well, I first want to start by saying something really positive about our healthcare agency, because I know that the public employees working for the healthcare agency are working around the clock to try to save lives, and that's their main motivation. So I want to make sure that they know that I'm there to support them. Now, I was a strong critic of the payments made to this website and the application itself. It seemed to be redundant to the state's My Turn website. However, I inherited a lot of things here into this office, and I'm not going backwards. I'm moving forward. So we are going to be working with the county CEO and the finance director, drilling down on those contracts, making sure that we are getting the value that we pay for, because it's a substantial amount of money. Making sure that we can use the application for other health agency activities, not just COVID-19, so that it's actually something we have greater value from. So do I agree with how it was all approved and basically without public notice? No, I do not. But I inherited it. I'm going to try to find a way to move forward.
Another thing that you inherited is a lot of tensions within your district and your community. Last weekend, there were dueling rallies in Huntington Beach. On the pier, there was a small group of White Lives Matter supporters, who showed up after KKK flyers were distributed. There was a much bigger, as folks can see there, group that came out to counter protest. You were new to the board, but you were not new to these sorts of situations. I've heard you discuss a similar contentious situation that you faced in Costa Mesa when you were mayor there regarding a park. Can you kind of recap what happened there and talk about how you balance freedom of speech with protecting people from hate?
Right. Well, as you know, Alex, I'm a 24-year practicing attorney, and I took an oath of office to the Constitution many times. I believe strongly in our First Amendment and our Constitution. But the Constitution is only protective of speech, and it does not protect inciting riots. It does not protect violence. It doesn't protect certain kinds of speech at certain times. You know, we've all heard the story about you can't yell fire in a crowded theater. So there are limitations on our First Amendment right to speech to protect people from being injured and harmed. So what's happening in Orange County, I think, is beautiful, actually. I think that there has long been a faction in our community here of racist, bigoted individuals who have tried to infiltrate local government, tried to infiltrate our systems of government. And for a while, they had a stronghold. But those days are over. It was beautiful for me to see so many people come onto our virtual town hall, and that was hosted by Mayor Carr, and denounce the hate and denounce the Ku Klux Klan. We have no place in society for those kinds of organizations. They certainly shouldn't be participating in local government in any kind of commission, committee. I hope the voters continue to vote out people who share those hateful views.
Yeah, and during that virtual town hall, you cited words from a young woman that probably a lot of people are familiar with. Let's take a look at some of the words from poet Amanda Gorman.
The hill we climb, if only we dare it, because being American is more than a pride we inherit. It's the past we step into and how we repair it.
I love that poem. I love that poem. I love that part.
I do too. And we just have a few moments left with you, Supervisor, but I think people think of politicians as they take action, right? They do things. But you're also a former English major. What importance do you think words have when faced with a situation like the one that you're facing there in Orange County, what's now being considered an epicenter of hate in this nation?
We are not an epicenter of hate. We are epicenter of love and kindness. In fact, I have my Cultivate Kindness mug here at my desk to remind me every day. Our community is a beautiful, diverse, international community. We have so many cultural festivals and activities, and District 2 is just home to much diversity. So we are not the center of hate. We have a fringe, hateful group that happen to reside in Orange County, and we need to squash that out. And we do need to do, like Amanda says, we need to repair the past. We need to speak out. We can't ignore the past. Mayor Bowen, I mentioned at that town hall, he was a mayor 100 years ago trying to oppose the Ku Klux Klan here in Orange County in Huntington Beach 100 years ago. So proud of Mayor Carr from Huntington Beach doing the same. And so as we move to repair our community from the last 4 years, we are going to remember the past, learn from it, and do better. My team is as diverse as the representatives that we have here in the District 2, and we believe in inclusivity. We're going to try to care for people as humans, regardless of race, national origin, disability, sexual orientation, age, you name it. People are people, and we need to lead with humanity.
Supervisor, it sounds like your mug there is half full, and I really like that. Thank you so much for taking the time out. We appreciate it.
Thank you.